Likely one of the biggest influences on your ability to practice tech stewardship will be the context of the organization in which you work. These days, with the power and pace of technological change, the ability to adapt or create new technologies is becoming critical to the success of pretty much every organization. Despite the recognition of the importance of technology, many organizations are struggling. According to some research, 74% of firms are currently undergoing some form of digital transformation, but only 34% of CEOs are reporting success. Another study found that 28% of tech workers in the UK have seen decisions made about technology that they felt could have a negative impact on society. And nearly 1 in 5 of those individuals went on to leave the company as a result. And that's just on the tech adoption side of things. What about all the companies who face massive social license to operate questions about their tech products? For example, advocacy groups arguing against the use of any predictive policing algorithm. The challenges are pretty well understood. So too is the root problem. In order to improve their ability to navigate the complex socio-technical challenges they face, many organizations have identified the need to consider their tech culture. However, most of these efforts are still not getting deep enough. They have identified the underlying challenge as being cultural, but they failed to fully understand the relationship between technology and culture. The practice of tech stewardship offers a practical way to go deeper. First, let's put at the center the goal that technology is beneficial for all, including me and my organization. The tech stewardship core commitments of advance understanding and deliberate values help us to understand the value-laden nature of technology and the value tensions at play. And the third core commitment of tech stewardship, to practice behaviors, builds upon this deeper understanding of technology and value tensions to help us exhibit the behaviors that actually unlock both end potential. It is at the behavioral level where organizations can practically intervene. By incentivizing and measure specific desired behaviors around technology, organizations can manifest their values in a practical and sophisticated way. Finally, culture is both shaped by and observed through behavior. An organization's culture underpins its ability to realize the full potential of technology. Let's take the analogy of health and safety in the construction industry. Several decades ago, if you asked the average worker on a construction site, "What about health and safety?" you probably would have gotten a response like, "Well, we try our best to be safe, but it's a business and stuff happens." Fast forward today, and most organizations in the construction industry have fully realized that a safely run site is a well-run site. In other words, health and safety isn't a trade-off with profitability, it's a win-win scenario. Along the way, companies also realized that, although they had to invest in a lot of health and safety upgrade projects, that the true prize was a strong underlying health and safety culture. That is why, if you ask the average worker on a construction site today about health and safety, you will likely hear an almost automatic response of health and safety is number one. As with the health and safety analogy, the true prize for your organization when it comes to technology should be to strengthen your underlying tech culture, to not see tech development and tech stewardship as an either-or trade-off, but rather as a both-and win-win that it truly is. With this approach, you can view every decision you make and tech project you complete as an opportunity to strengthen your tech culture. The result will be your organization's capacity to move more quickly and successfully in unlocking the full potential of technology. Sounds great, but how do we do this? Well, having a critical mass of individuals within your organization practicing tech stewardship is a great way to focus directly on your culture in a powerful way. Beyond this, in order to provide support beyond the level of individual practice, we have worked with the company Polarity Partnerships to develop an assessment tool that organizations can use to guide their overall efforts. How it works is that individual employees share their perspectives on how often the organization is experiencing the upsides and downsides associated with various key tech stewardship value tensions. Now we'd like to challenge you to try it out. If you're not currently working for an applicable organization, we invite you to consider a past employer. And if you don't have a relevant past employer either, pick an organization that you've interacted with or read about enough that you have a pretty good feel for it. Next, Use these augmented polarity maps for the tech stewardship behaviors, and for each quadrant, assign a rating based on your own perspective of how often your organization is experiencing the outcomes in that quadrant, from 5 almost always down to 1 almost never. Once you've done this for all 4 behaviors, take a step back and reflect on your own answers. What do you notice? Based on your responses, where do you think is the greatest current opportunity for your organization to strengthen your tech culture?